I would now like to
Okay.
introduce respected advocate Monica Arora ji. Just give a bit of background about her. She's been the advocate in the Supreme Court and the Delhi High Court in India. She's been an advocate for the Government of India, the JNU, and the Nalanda University. She represents the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, along with all ministries, including finance, home affairs, education, external affairs, etc. She's been awarded many scholarships, including the JRF, the SRF, and the Shastri Indo-Canadian Research Fellowship. She was awarded the Sahitya Shri Award for contribution to the field of Hindi, Sanskrit, and education. She filed a PIL to remove the word terrorist in reference to Bhagat Singh and other freedom fighters. She filed a case to create the Cow Welfare Board in Delhi. And she is, of course, the best-selling author of the book Delhi Riots 2020, The Untold Story, which sold more than 50,000 copies. Please welcome respected advocate Monica Arora ji.
I say my namaskar to everyone, and especially to KK Mohammed ji. It was indeed a very enlightening PPT and presentation which you gave, Mohammed ji. Thanks so much to you. Thank you very much. Now, historically, we've seen the various aspects of this issue, and a major thing was the documents as well as the excavation evidence on which the court based its judgment. But may I also give a brief background of the judgment, what all led to this, and what all happened during the court battle in the courts, and thereafter the consequences. Now, if we start by saying that Constitution for us is our holy book, and when we start with the Constitution of India, Constitution Article 1 says, India, that is Bharat. India, that is Bharat. Mohammed ji and Monica and Komal have just one name. Japan, America, England, France have just one name. So I have two names for Bharat. That is India also and Bharat also. Why this confusion? This was not confusion. It was that in 1947, when we got independent, our two limbs were cut into Pakistan and thereafter Bangladesh. So this was a small land we inherited. But this was a land which we got in 1947. This is not who we are. This is India, and India is that which was once Bharat. So India was a newborn baby in 1947. Who are the Dada, Nana, Chacha of India? Who are the inspiration, the ideals of India? If we want to see what India is actually, you have to see the thousands of years old civilization. That is the Bharatiya civilization. That is the Bharat. And as our Constitution of India has certain fundamental features like equality, liberty, dignity, justice, uniform adult franchise, one person, one vote. Similarly, Bharat has its fundamental features. And what are these fundamental features? I'll just point out 5 fundamental features. This is what makes Bharat into Bharat. And that is number 1, Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam Karkar Me Bhagwan. That is, each part is divine. Each human being is divine. Each animal, each plant is divine. And we worship all as true as divine. Secondly, Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. That is, God is one. There are various roads, various religions which lead to God. You may call Ram, you may call Nanak, you may call Allah, you may call Jesus. They all are roads leading to one God that is sitting there. So we all are different roads going to the same God. We are co-travelers. In India, that is why we don't tolerate anybody. We accept everybody as true. Thirdly, what is the aim of life in India? The aim of life is Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. It does not say that the majority should be happy, the rest should not be happy. It doesn't say Hindu should be happy or Brahmin should be happy, upper caste should be happy, North Indian should be happy. No, nothing of that sort. It says Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. The human beings, the earth, the sun, the moon, the nature, the plants, the animals, everyone should be happy. everyone should be healthy. Let us see goodness in everybody. The fourth feature, the fundamental feature which we inherited from Bharat, the basic feature of Bharat is Aham Brahmasmi, I am divine. If I am divine, that does not mean that you are not divine. You are Shaitan. No, Tattvamasi, you are the same. I am divine, you are divine, everything here is divine. And last but not the least, what we say is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That is, the world is a family. So when G20's presidentship comes to India, we say that the motto is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world is a family, and we ask and we stand and we propose that the African Union, comprising of 54 nations, must be included in the G20. It is Bharat inspired India, which says that during COVID, if we have the Covaxin, we must give it to more than 100 nations free of cost. This is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And this is Bharat. And the pratik of Bharat, the symbol of Bharat is Bhagwan Ram. One word, one symbol which symbolizes this entire beautiful old civilization called Bharat is Bhagwan Ram. And today we are talking about the issue of Ram Janmbhoomi. Now, why is it an issue? It is an issue today. And it has been an issue since last 500 years. Why? Because in 1528, a hamlavar, a lutera, an attacker, an assaulter, Babur, he attacked India. When he attacked India, he killed the people, he converted the people, he attacked the Shraddha Kendras of India, that is symbols of faith in India, that is Mandir and Mahila, the women and the temples. He looted the temples, he broke the ideals, and Mir Baki, on behalf of Babur, demolished Ram temple. He constructed 3 domes on top of it, named thereafter as Baburi Masjid. Now, it is not a masjid because it is against the tenets of Islam. Islam says that if any masjid is made at a disputed place, the namaz offered from there is not accepted by Allah. Secondly, like for Christians, there is Jerusalem, there is Bethlehem. For Muslims, there is Makkah and Medina. Ram Janmbhoomi is that temple for Hindus. It is not just an ordinary temple, which can be anywhere. It is the Ram Janmbhoomi. When the matter went in Allahabad High Court clearly stated of the Britishers, all government record, this land is Janmbhoomi, which should go to Hindus. The case of Sunni Waqf Board was dismissed. ASI excavations proved that the masjid was not made on barren land, but it was made on a demolished temple. Now, just to go into the background, how many cases were? Let's start from the beginning. 4 cases were filed. To put it very, very simply, 4 cases were filed. The first case came in 1950. Gopal Das Visharad filed the first case. He said, I am a devotee of Lord Ram. I regularly come here for darshan. I should have uninterrupted darshan of Lord Ram. Nobody should interfere. Not any person, not even the government, not even the administration. He was granted the rights to worship. The second case was filed 9 years later, in 1959 by Nirmohi Akhada. He said, what is this government appointed receiver? We have always managed the funds of this temple. So remove the receiver, appoint us as the managers, the caretakers of this temple, and all the temple offerings should come to us. Third case was filed on 18th of December 1961 by UP Sunni Waqf Board to say, declare it as a public mosque. No temple has been demolished. Masjid has been built on vacant land. This is our masjid. Declare it to be a public mosque. Many, many years later, a case was filed on 1st July 1989 by retired Justice Devaki Nandan Agarwal. He said, I am the next friend of Ram Lala, because this is Ram Janmbhoomi. Ram Lala is in a perpetual minor state. He's a small child. He is less than 18 years of age. He has to be represented to a legal guardian, next friend. So I'm the next friend of Lord Ram, the minor Ram, the Ram Lala. And I'm saying that this is my Janmsthan, my birthplace. I have been dispossessed from my Janmsthan. I want restoration of my birthplace. So this was the fourth case filed by Ram Lala through his next friend. All these four cases, which were filed in 1950, 1959, 1961, and 1989. All these four cases were clubbed together. The hearing was done together before the High Court in Allahabad. Kalyan Singh government acquired these disputed 2.27 acres of land and gave it on lease to Ram Janmbhoomi Nyas. 6th of December 1992, about 2 lakh devotees gathered over here. They went on the structure, those 3 domes. They demolished the structure with their hands, with bricks, with iron rods, and that structure got demolished. Thereafter, the central government, in January 1993, it took over the entire area of 67 acres, which belonged to all Hindus. Now, may I tell you one thing? Just imagine a good big park in front of your houses. Australia is known for good big parks. You have parks more than 3 acres, 4 acres. I know that. I visited there quite. Now, such a big country, Australia. And any park, there is more than 3 acres. And the dispute here about Ram Janmbhoomi is only about 2.27 acres. Less than a district park in front of your house. Such a big country, India. And if you visit this place, Ram Janmbhoomi, it's a small place. Mohammadji will tell you. It had only 3 domes. 2.27 acres, just a small district park. The entire land around it is empty. There's no construction. Why on earth did Babur have a scarcity of land that he had to break the Ram Janmbhoomi and build mosque over there? He could have built it anywhere. He could have built a mosque in 100 acres. But no, the thing was not to build any other mosque. The thing was that here I am. And here I am with a mission to attack, to convert, to destroy the house, the birthplace of your Lord. If your Lord is not secure, then how can you be secure? So there's entire empty land all around that Ram Janmbhoomi, the temple was broken to insult the Hindus, the Bhartis. It's a think of what is small land. People say, make a hospital. You make hundreds of hospitals. But why only those 3 acres of land? It's just a district park. It was basically an insult. So when any nation rises, when any nation gets its Shakti and strength, it wants to do away with all the symbols, those insulting symbols of barbarians. This is that issue which is in front of you. Now, what happened in January 1993, the central government under Narasimha Rao, they took over all the 67 acres of land, acquired all the temples and the land of Hindus. In 1993, Ismail Faruqi filed a case in the court. He said, how can you acquire a masjid? Out of these 2.27, out of these 67 acres, even that Babri masjid is there. Masjid can't be acquired. So there was a constitution bench constituted. They went into this case And for days and days, hearing happened. Evidence was led. Arguments took place. And the decision of the court was that masjid is not essential to Islam. It is just a place to offer namaz. Namaz can be offered anywhere. So masjid, like gurdwara, like temple, can be acquired for public purpose. Very, very important thing happened on 7th of January 1993. The President of India made a reference to the Supreme Court. He asked the Supreme Court, please tell me whether there was any Hindu temple which was demolished to make the Babri Masjid. Supreme Court asked the President, why are you asking? So it was clarified by the President of India through the Solicitor General that if a Hindu temple was demolished to make the masjid, then the land will be given to Hindus. But if the masjid was made on a vacant, barren land, then the land will be given to Muslims. So to get answer to this question, in 2003, Allahabad High Court ordered ASI to do radar photography. Experts were called from Canada because we did not have all that expertise at that time. So ground penetrating radar survey, GPR survey was conducted. And what did they find under the ground? There were pillars, there were slabs, there were foundation walls, clearly showing that things of a mandir, a temple were there. Thereafter, ASI excavation was done, which Muhammadji was referring to. And it was found that 50 pillars were there. Huge temple complex was there. The idols, the murtis of Ram, Krishna, Ganeshji were there. The Shiv Parivar was there. So many other murtis, the idols were found out. It was found that a grand temple complex existed under the mosque. 30th of September 2010, the judgment came from Allahabad High Court. And Allahabad High Court clearly stated that Hindu temple was demolished to make the masjid, and ASI excavations prove it. Masjid made was against the tenets of Islam because it was not a valid masjid as it was made on disputed land. Thirdly, the three-dome structure built on the vacant barren land was always a Hindu temple because the puja had been uninterruptedly carried out always there. Hindus always had the possession of that area. Even if the railing was there, there was constant struggle to do puja inside and outside. It was never interrupted. Hindus never did away their claim of saying, this is the Jansthan. Large congregations were there. Thousands and lakhs of people came there on festivals and melas. Sunni Waqf Board case was dismissed. Nirmohi Akhada case was dismissed. Only and only who won the case was Ram Lala Virajman, saying that this entire land is mine. When the cases were dismissed of Sunni Waqf Board and Nirmohi Akhada, the court stated, no relief granted. After saying so, the court thereafter did a panchayati faisla, a panchayati judgment saying, you also be happy, you also be happy, you also be happy, in the sense, you all take one-third of land. Sunni Waqf Board, you take one-third of land. Ram Lala Virajman, you take one-third of land. Nirmohi Akhada, you also take one-third of land. They partitioned the land. So all the parties went to Supreme Court. They said, nobody asked for partition. Ram Lala Virajman said that, I said, this is my house, my birthplace. I want it completely. So it was a title suit. To whom does the land belong? When Sunni Waqf Board case was dismissed, Nirmohi Akhada case was dismissed, then only and only who won was Ram Lala Virajman. Where was the case of partitioning of the property? Now, when it came to Delhi, Delhi being the political capital of entire India, Muhammadji, all the battles started inside the court and outside the court. Everything was happening except the hearing. Everything was argued except the ASI evidence and all the other evidence. And all the theaters started. And what kind of theater? December 2010, the appeal was filed in the Supreme Court. Till 2017, 7 years, it did not come up for hearing. It was too hot a topic to handle. So in August 2017, this case came before Supreme Court. And Sunni Waqf Board started crying. And why I say crying, they said, 14,000 pages of documents in Hindi, Sanskrit, Urdu, Persian, they have to be translated. So they asked Supreme Court to adjourn it for 8 months to 1 year. Oh, we want to translate these 14,000 pages of documents. UP government under Yogi Adityanath ji said, we will get it translated in 4 months' time. They got these 14,000 copies of documents in Hindi, Sanskrit, Persian, Urdu. They got them translated in 4 months' time. Then Sunni Waqf Board said, oh, you got them translated, but we never received them. Give us another 8 months' time. So the proof was shown to them, sir, you received these documents. He said, all right, even if we received, we have not studied these documents. So it was told that it is not our duty to make you read these documents. Then the next reason for adjournment came. Kapil Sibal ji came. He said, 2019 elections are going to come after a few months. Adjourn the date. Give us a date after elections. So the court, the constitution bench said, which are the political parties here who will be affected by the judgment? Is Ram Lala Virajman or Sunni Waqf Board or Nirmohi Akhada? Who is the political party? So how does election come into being? Election or no election, hearing has to go. The judges were threatened with impeachment. We will impeach you if you don't surrender to our wishes, so to say. Impeachment was initiated against the sitting Chief Justice of India. And not even this. Another senior advocate, they said, we'll do a walkout from the court. They were reminded, this is not your parliament. This is a court of law from where you can't do walkout. And even if you want to go out, nobody is going to tell you, come in. Many people said, we leave our seniority gown if adjournment is not granted. Many said, we'll do a press conference. Many said, refer it to a larger constitution bench. There was a delay of 1.5 years. They all wanted to have this after election. Why so? Because they were thinking that Congress government will come in 2019 and there'll be again a delay of about 10-20 years before this judgment, before this case comes for hearing. So everything was happening except the hearing in the court. Ultimately, when on 29th of October 2018, after 8 years of filing the appeal, the case came and Union of India and the UP government advocates stated, so we want an urgent hearing. Then the court said, we have our priorities. It is not in our priority. Then the Hindu community and the Bharatiyas just vented out their anger and they said, if the cases like Sabrimala can be your priority, the cases like adultery and unnatural sex can be your priority, Zakia Zafri can be your priority, Rafael can be your priority, why Ram Mandir cannot be your priority? Last, but not the least, the hearing started because of so much pressure from media, from social media, and obviously Supreme Court being Supreme Court. The Constitution bench took up this issue. From 6th of August 2019 to 16th of October 2019, for 40 days, day-to-day hearing took place. 5 judges Constitution bench was there. Justice Ranjan Gogoi was the Chief Justice, Justice Bobde, Justice Chandrachud, who is the present Chief Justice of India, Justice Ashok Bhushan, and Justice Abdul Nasser. The 5-judge Constitution bench was there. For 40 days, the arguments went on. Again, the same thing started happening, but judges were resolute that we have to conduct day-to-day hearing. If you want more time, we will have 1 hour extra hearing every day. We will sit on a holiday on Saturdays, but we will have day-to-day hearing. Lastly, the hearing was concluded. 40-day-long hearing was concluded. The judgment was reserved. And judgment was reserved on 16th October 2019. It was pronounced on 9th of November 2019. Very, very historic day. And this 500 years of struggle, this 70 years of legal battle, this 10-year-old appeal, this 40-day-long hearing came to an end and the decision was pronounced. This historical verdict was pronounced as 5-0, unanimous verdict. And one voice they said, the entire land goes to Ram Lala Virajman. Nirmohi Akhada case was dismissed. The Muslim Paksh was given 5 acres of land for building a grand masjid in Ayodhya itself. Supreme Court stated that under Article 142, we can give any direction to do complete justice in this case. Hence, we are giving this 5 acre of land to the Muslim Paksh to make a grand mosque in Ayodhya beyond Saryu Nadi. Now, Supreme Court stated in its verdict that there have always been 2 main parties in this entire dispute. First was Ram Lala Virajman and second was Sunni Waqf Board. A very, very important statement. What Supreme Court said was, this judgment is not based on faith, religion, or emotions. This statement, this verdict is based on facts and evidence. They said all the facts, all the evidence, ASI excavations, all the books, gazettes, they all show that Babri Masjid was not made on vacant land. It was built on demolished Mandir, temple. They accepted the ASI report. They said Muslims never had uninterrupted possession over the entire land. They stated the Hindu Paksh, the Hindu side, always had uninterrupted possession of the entire land. Even if dome was made, even if railing was installed, Muslim, the Hindu Paksh always did puja, aradhana here, always came here in thousands and thousands and always considered it to be Jansthan. They said that Hindus always had the inner courtyard, the outer courtyard. Even if the railing was installed, they always did puja even from outside. They never left the sangharsh, the struggle to get it back. They said it is proved that this is Prabhu Ram Jansthan, the birthplace, and the place of Garb Grah is proved. They said that title of the land goes to Ram Lala Virajman. They directed that the disputed land, that is 2.77 acres, should be given to Ram Janmbhoomi Nyas. And within 3 months, a trust should be formed to start construction of Ram Temple. Even Nirmohi Akhada will be one of the trustees. This judgment was accepted by one and all in India, across religions, across regions, across faiths. Everybody was happy. Everybody was peaceful. And all the religious leaders, the political leaders across religions, they all said, we accept it and let us move forward from here. They all thanked Supreme Court that an issue which was hanging fire for 500 years has been brought to rest and closed. The Prime Minister of India clearly stated and stated the significance of 9th of November. Because on 9th of November 2019, the Shilanyas happened. The foundation stone was laid. And he said, on 9th of November, across the world, nafraton ki diwar tooti hai. He said 9th of November 1989, Berlin Wall was broken. East and West Germany became one. 9th of November 2019, Kartarpur corridor was launched. 9th of November, Ayodhya judgment came. And 9th of November, Shilanyas was happening. Such an important. When Shilanyas was taking place, this is the last leg of my argument. When Shilanyas was taking place, when Ram Mandir Nirman started, when all in one voice welcomed this decision and they were happy. Millions watched on television and started crying because they never thought that in their lifetime they'll ever see Ram Mandir Nirman taking place. Even we don't believe it till today. It's happening in our lifetime. There was one Twitter trend by some radicals called All India Muslim Personal Law Board, which is never ever known for its progressive decisions, which always supported things like triple talaq, like halala, like 4 marriages, like hijab, who always opposed Surya Namaskar and Bharat Mata ki Jai Kyo Boli. That is their opinion. But what they tweeted was, Babari Zinda Hai. They tweeted that, like in Turkey, they could convert Hagia Sophia Mosque, Hagia Sophia Church into a mosque. They will one day get Shakti and strength. And they will again have Babri Masjid over here. They call Supreme Court judgment as majoritarianism, oppressive judgment, myth. Ram is the one whom, when the father said, the Dashrathji said, I will do Raj Tilak for you tomorrow. I will give the entire empire to you tomorrow. You will be the king tomorrow. He said, Ji Pitaji. The next day Raja Dashrath said, no. You have to go to Vanvas, jungle. He said, Ji Pitaji. So he was neither ecstatic when he was getting the Raj, and he was neither depressed when he was going to the jungle. He's a balanced personality. He accepts everything which comes to him. We must learn positive attitude and take whatever comes in your life from Lord Ram. He told Ma Kaushalya, he did not crib and cry when he went to Ma Kaushalya. He said, Pitaji has given me jungle ka Raja. Pitaji has made me jungle ka Raja. He was obedient son, balanced personality, positive thinking, no complaining, no cribbing, and satisfaction to the limit. He was an ideal brother because he told his Pitaji, why are you making me only the Raja? I have played, I have laughed, I have cried with my all brothers. All 4 brothers should jointly be given the kingdom. Pitaji said, no, only the elder son gets it. He said, that's unfair. We all should enjoy it together. When he went to the forest and Ma Sita was kidnapped, he did not ring up Dashrathji and said, send me the army. What he did was, there itself, whatever the resources were, the Vanvasis, the Adivasis, the Vanars, the Bhalus, all people whom he could gather, he started helping them, took their help, built the confidence in them. He was a true Sanghatak, a true organizer, and won over the demon king who had 10 faces. He Lanka and he could have become the Raja of Lanka. But what he said was, Api Swarnamai Lanka, Namo Lakshman Rochte, Janni Janmbhoomischa, Swargadipati Gariyasi. My birthplace is worth worshipping. I can't be the Raja here. He made Vibhishan the Raja there. He came back to his Karm Bhumi, his Tapo Bhumi, his birthplace. He always said that we have to kill the Ravan inside us. काम, क्रोध, मद, लोभ, मोह से ऊपर उठ के हम सब राममय बने। एंड लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, कोई भेदभाव नहीं। वो शबरी के जूठे बेर भी खाए। टुडे शबरी वुड हैव बीन अ शेड्यूल्ड ट्राइब लेडी। निषाद राज केवट को भाई की तरह गले लगाया। ही कुड हैव बीन एन ओबीसी टुडे। गरुड़ का आदर सत्कार किया। ही इज अ पक्षी, अ बर्ड। हनुमान जी को भाई से बढ़कर माना। हनुमान जी वॉज अ वनवासी। सो कंक्लूड टू से दैट दिस इज बाबरी मानसिकता वर्सेस राम राज्य मानसिकता. It is a fight and continuous fight between those who stand for intolerance and discrimination versus those who stand for universal peace and brotherhood. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So concluding it, may I say that on 22nd of January 2024, we all at 12 o'clock will be in our temples or in our houses, glued to the television, having aartis in our hand, and seeing that entire ceremony with our own two eyes, in our blood and flesh, and we'll see it happening in front of us. We all must light, we must all celebrate, we must all have diyas and lights. Let the world know that Ramji has come back. And this is the only group in the entire world who fought for 500 years, who got its Jansthan back. There is no group in the entire world who fought so much. And even after coming in power, the Bhartiyas in 1947 did not take law and order in their own hands. They said, we abide by the constitution. This is our land. We must correct and right the wrongs. They waited for Supreme Court to pronounce a judgment, and on the judgment day did not throw a stone and simply said, we all accept it as Bhartiyas and we all are happy. Not a word of negativity anywhere. This is Ramamay Hona. So we must continue this Sangharsh. We must continue to be Bhartiyas, getting inspiration from Bharat. सफलताएं असफलताएं आएंगी, बट ये जय करते रहें. तो असफलता एक चुनौती है, स्वीकार करो. क्या कमी रह गई देखो और सुधार करो. जब तक ना सफल हो नींद चैन को त्यागो तुम. संघर्ष का मैदान छोड़ मत भागो तुम. कुछ किए बिना ही जय जयकार नहीं होती. हम सब कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं. और ईश्वर से यही प्रार्थना है कि हमने भक्ति बहुत कर ली, भक्ति कर ली, नालंदा यूनिवर्सिटीज बना ली, विश्व गुरु बन गए. वी डोंट नीड टू बिकम सुपर पावर. वी आर द स्पिरिचुअल गुरुज फॉर दिस एंटायर वर्ल्ड. वट एवर ज्ञान वी हैव, वी विल डिस्ट्रीब्यूट इट फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. वी डोंट कन्वर्ट एनीबडी. भक्ति कर ली पर शक्ति नहीं थी तो नालंदा और तक्षशिला जलते रहे, कुछ नहीं बचा. तो भक्ति के साथ शक्ति की भी आवश्यकता हमेशा रहेगी. तो विजय पूजा के बदले में जय का सामान मुझे दे दो. वरदान न दो चाहे लेकिन राघव के बाण मुझे. सो टू ऑल द भारतीयस, जय हिंद, जय भारत, जय श्री राम.